Alright. Oop, looks like I broke something again. Check, check. Oh, I did break it. Okay. Hey, there we go. There we go. We're working. It's been a week. Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I was not here on Wednesday. We had a pretty nasty windstorm come through, and it knocked out the power for the day at my house. So that kind of made streaming a little difficult. So I had to pause that one or cancel that one, unfortunately, because it was we had power was out in the morning time, so like getting up, getting the kids ready for school and stuff like that was an interesting setup, and then came back on for about 20 minutes and then shut off again, and that was gone until after stream time. So and then even when it did come back on, we still had flickers every once in a while, so it felt kind of like, you know what, I don't know if it's worth it trying to get on and do the stream, especially since I had already missed the time. But if it was just going to keep flickering, I didn't want to put my equipment at risk or anything like that. So I was like, meh, that's okay. I already got stuff set up. We'll do it again on Friday because it's supposed to be nice and clear and good weather on Friday. So we're back. Hello, welcome. We had up to 60-mile-an-hour gusts of wind, so it was blowing out transformers, it was causing cables to fall, like, it was no joke, like one of those types. And I've lived in this house for 16 years now. I would say this is this is probably one of the worst. This is top 2 of the worst windstorms we've had at this location. So that's pretty wild in those 16 years. So it was a good one. Let's see. What have we we Since we missed Wednesday, we didn't get to work on anything then. I did do some background stuff because since we had no power, I had to go into low tech mode. So I did a little bit of writing on my own for future stuff. Looked over some of the stuff we have set up for our layouts for this current book that we're working on. No changes or anything like that going on there. I do need to print out a new copy so that I have it for my low tech setup. But what else did I do? Oh, we've got our Thursday video. That's right. Let's go over here for the moment. There it is. Let me pause this. I'm going to start it over for y'all. You can see it. This is our recap of our time at SnafuCon this year. If you guys watched our stream on Monday, then I kind of went over a bunch of this. Actually even showed this video. So I just cut it into a little bit shorter and put it up on social media here. So, but you get to see some of the items that we had available, our setup that we put together, a bunch of different things that I worked on over the past couple months trying to get together and have available for the SnafuCon, our first 3-day anime convention. So yeah, that's what I did this week for our social media. Oh, some pictures of the animals and their little associated characters and our banner setup. So yeah, that was our video for the week. So that'll be running over in the right hand corner, so if you missed it, or if you want to see something more in detail, please let me know and I'll bring it up and we can pause and talk about all of the things. But yeah, kind of fun. Good time. So with that being said, I've got there's a bunch of things going on, or coming up at the very least. I've got my daughter and my mom are putting together, or are already set up to do a little craft fair in the area, starting today and going into tomorrow. So part of my setup went over to help with that. So like our little pole setup here with the banner on it, they borrowed that. So we went and set that up for them so that she could display her banner and stuff like that, which is really cool. So been helping, working on that event for a little bit yesterday. And then coming up closer to the end of the month, I was actually able to get in on another event for my own stuff. So I'll hopefully have more information coming soon. Like some of the stuff is out there. It's a Winter Wonderland at Debbie Smith High School here in Reno. I'm waiting for a little bit more. I think I'm pretty sure I'm in on that. I paid for the stuff, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what. I think I can promote it. I have to look and see. Maybe I have to ask a little bit and figure out what's going on. Brand new school. They're trying to figure out all of the mechanics and how everything works. So everything is super, super, super brand new, which is cool, but makes it a little bit messier, but that's fine. We will figure it out. And then I think I will be at that one. And then I'm hoping to get into one more event for the year. So I'm trying to squeeze in two more before Christmas. One I had planned on and hopefully getting into, and then the other one was this Winter Wonderland one, which kind of came out of the blue, that I sent in for. So I'm hoping everything goes good. Hopefully we're able to announce some more events coming up before the end of the year that people can come check out. That'll be fun. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. And I'm continuing to work on book 3 on stream. So I should be here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to be able to do our normal streams, working on book pages and answering questions and stuff like that about self-publishing and stuff. So I did have some questions that came in. Where did I put those? I don't know what I did with those questions. Where did I put those? Oh, they're there. Messenger. Facebook Messenger. Ugh. I had a contact. I had a fellow self-published or children's book author get in contact with me and wanted to talk about a bunch of different topics as far as publishing. And I was hoping that they were going to be around in stream or be able to watch and comment back and stuff like that. But she gave me kind of the stuff, kind of asked some general questions that I could try to talk about at the moment while we're getting started for the day. And then we'll see how that goes. We'll go from there. But let's see. Let's bring up our work here. Here we go. Let's do that one. I think we were making some adjustments. We got that down. Kind of made some edits here, I believe. Yeah, that's right. I made a joke reference from the first book, referencing back to the first book. Let's see. Hey, Sunny. No, I just had power out on Wednesday, so I couldn't stream on Wednesday, but I'm here today. So luckily it stabilized and everything's good. We had some pretty crazy winds come through, so that was fun. And by fun, I mean like exploding transformers and down power lines everywhere are fun. Like, it was pretty wild. 60-mile-an-hour gusts around here. Pretty crazy. Let's see. Yeah, exactly, right? I think Mrs. Haho decided she didn't want to go out on a walk with Sora that day because she was afraid she was just going to blow away. So, and I didn't really feel like having to drive to the next state over to pick her up. So, yeah, that was a smart decision. No, but we're here. We're back. We're hopefully working on some stuff, talking about some fun things. I hate sweating, so would have enjoyed it since I have not sweat as much. Yeah, so I have 2 big leafy trees in my front yard, and they were probably about, they'd shed about 50% of their leaves already. So they were on track to doing what they were supposed to be doing. There are no leaves left in either of those trees now. Like, it was, even if you were sweating, it would not have been a good time to go out for a run, a walk, a jog. Like, it was not one of those ones. It would have blown the sweat and everything just straight off of you. It's winter. Yeah, that's typically not the type of winters that we have here. If it's like, our winters will generally start closer to January, and then it will just drop in temperature below freezing, and then we'll get snow and everything else like that. So like we're in the fall season, but I don't know. We do have wind here every once in a while. The name of our main cross street is Las Brisas, so like it's typical, but the sheer speed of that wind was pardon me, and it was like low bearing wind too. So normally when we have like high winds, it's a little bit higher. Like, you can hear it like flying through the top of the trees and stuff like that. So it's kind of missing a lot of the ground, the surface ground stuff. This was blowing right through the houses. Like, it was, I think at one point, you know, those signs that hang from streetlights that have like the cross streets and stuff like that? It had blown one of those off of the streetlights. So it was quite a little storm that came through. We also live right in the valley of the Sierra Nevada mountains here. So if that wind comes up and crests over top of those mountains and funnels right down through the valley that we are connected to, it just shoots out of there. There's like a rushing river, you know, like a tsunami of, you know, wind that just comes through there sometimes. So it's crazy. Like I said, the probably top 2 windstorms that we've had over the past 16 years for sure. I think they were predicting up at the top of the passes 90 miles an hour winds. So that's, to put into perspective what that is, in Olympic Village up near Truckee, California, up on the top of the hill of the Sierras there's a gondola that goes from the bottom base camp all the way up to the top, so then people can ski and do all of that stuff. It's a pretty impressive gondola. Like, it's not one of the little ones. It's huge. Like, you could put a car or two inside of the big box that they bring you up to. Long time ago, they were shuttling. I think they only had a couple people in it, but they had one of those huge windstorms, and they had people either coming, I think they were coming down the mountain to get off of the mountain because it was just so, and it was like last minute, last couple, whatever, and it knocked one of those cars off of the tram and it fell. And I think one of the people survived, but like they had 100-mile-an-hour winds up there. So it's pretty scary shit when it gets going around here. Trucks, that's one of those ones when if you head towards Vegas out there where it's nice and flat, like they have to stop all of the trucks, the big box trucks and stuff like that, because it just blows them over, just knocks them over. It's that fast, that kind of thing. And they have videos of it online where they just look like little toy cars, and they're just driving, and they're going sideways, and all of a sudden they just on two wheels, and then blop, and then just flop over. It's pretty insane. Okay, so I wanted to look at trying to get some ideas figured out for page 18 here. While I'm looking at this, before Sunny came in here, I was talking about, I'd received a message from another author, and they were asking some questions, wanting to exchange information about publishing and process and things like that. So I thought I would grab some of those questions and maybe talk about them a little bit here, detail them out at the very least, and then if they happen to be in the chat, they can or even just message me again through our little private messages, and I can answer any specific questions, kind of thing, if they happen to be here. But that's what I was thinking, working and talking about things and questions that I got. So one of the things that they wanted to talk about is I would love to connect and talk about self-publishing workflow and tools. I know workflow and tools. Tools is pretty easy. I think just because there are a lot of applications and things that you can use nowadays to create art. I know like Affinity just came out online, which is a great digital tool that's free to use. It's connected with Canva and everything else. So like tools are not hard technically to come by as far as that part. As far as like illustrations and things like that, tons of people still do hand-drawn pages all the time too. A lot of artists use Procreate, which is a great resource and tool that's on an iPad, or I think on any kind of tablet. I think you can get Procreate. Is that one specific to Apple iPads? I didn't think so, but I'm not quite 100% sure. So as far as like illustration wise, I think there are tons of tools. I don't think anyone is better than the other. I use Illustrator just because I have access to it. I've had access to it for quite a while through their teacher discount program, because my mom used to be a teacher. So I was able to procure it back in the day. And I keep the subscription up so that I have access to all of the tools. So as far as that, writing wise, it kind of depends on what you want to do. I just use, my setup is pretty simple. So I've showed you guys before my templates. Let's see, these guys, my digital layouts. So these are my framing for all of my book pages and stuff like that. So this is an empty one. This is a full one. You can see the difference between the two as far as illustration wise. But what I normally do is I write out all of my stuff like this. So you can see how I just do the word bubbles that I want to do in the speech, and I write out this one. You can see certain ones are blank, and I move some different ones around over the past month or so as we're doing the illustrations, because rewrites happen. That's just how it works. But this is generally how I do my writing for my books. Is totally out of left field. Like most people do manuscripts and put together their books like an actual movie, theater, any type of manuscript like that. So this is definitely not indicative of what most people do, but I need to see things visually and see how the progression works across all of those pages. So I do all of my writing like this. Most of the time, I go from this setup and I print these out myself, and then I handwrite them when I'm out and about. So I just I have a concept or an idea or a plan for a book and some title stuff, and then I come up with an idea of the thing that I want to happen, or I come up with like parts of the big actions that I would like to happen, and then I go through and fill in between and connect those pieces. That's just a writing thing that I do. That's how because I do more visual in that way. I can show you on this one, like these pages appear 20 and 21. They didn't have any words on them, but I had an idea of kind of the visuals that I wanted. Even these 22 and 23, I was just like, okay, I kind of know what I want something to look like here. I kind of know what I want this to look like with these repeatable pages here. So I'll draw those out, and if I need to, I draw out other ones, but just really depends. But I write out the words like that. And then you can see as we go through and do the illustrations, there's the little box, very similar to the illustrations there. Here's our these ones changed kind of drastically, but very similar in that space. Kind of same. Sideways, forwards. Yep. Kind of gets the concept. Now, that's kind of how I put my stuff together. But I start with this template to write it out. As far as writing out the pages and stuff like that, once I get the concept down in that template, what I'll swap over to is I'll type them all out on Google Docs, which is just an online resource, whatever. This way I can check the spelling and make sure all of that stuff's good. But that's what I run that through. Simple, free, as long as you have a Google account, you should be able to use that. But I really do, like, my whole setup is very much like figuring out the low cost way to do as much as I can. Like I don't have a lot of resources, so I kind of have to punt and play by ear as far as figuring out how to do the things I want to do at little to no cost, if I can. I think my biggest cost is probably my monthly subscription to Adobe. I do have the whole suite, so I have the Photoshop, Illustrator, Acrobat, all of those things. So that one, it kind of goes over the self-publishing workflow and tools. It's kind of simplified version. There's a bunch of other stuff I would say is in the background of publishing and putting things together. Marketing, social media, like a bunch of those things. I spend a lot of time on the background stuff, stuff that I don't necessarily do on stream. 'Tis a work expense. It is a work expense. All factors in. So, but yeah, it kind of trying to figure out like workflow. I do have some ideas of things that, if we're talking about time management aspects, I spent basically the first year with my first book that I published, self-published, figuring out what the timelines were for working with Ingram Spark and getting things for instance, if you want to order a box of books from them, plan on getting it 1 month later. So like that's a thing. So if you want books for December 1st, you need to order well before November 1st to get those on time, kind of thing. So always have a leeway. You can pay more to have them expedited to you and stuff like that, but if you don't have the funds to expedite the printing and the shipping part of it, a 1 month lead up time for any orders that you have going into Ingram Spark for printing is very, very, very good. So, or good to plan out for in that respect. As far as publishing timelines for, so like when I invite my Hispanic friend, I invite them to show up early so they show up on time. Yes, exactly. You know exactly. If you have that one friend who's just constantly late, you always tell them an hour early so that they show up right on time. That is exactly what you were right on the nose, my friend. That's exactly what that is. And the holiday times is also way harder. So like you need to, I have a stack of books in my reserve right now just for this fall, because they say lead up times can even double sometimes because everybody's ordering to get in books for the holiday season. So being aware of some of those things is definitely super, super helpful, because you can plan out being like, okay, so if I'm the middle of the year and I'm thinking I'm going to have a bunch of events at the end of the year, maybe I'll buy 2 boxes right now of books, get like 50 of each, and then I'll have them for the rest of the year into the next year a little bit. So then you can start picking up a little bit then, because that's when January, February, March is when they have way more time to do so, because everything dies way down. So plan ahead and be aware of seasonal changes and lead up times. Keep an eye out on those things for sure. I think where I was going with that one was as far as publishing dates, and I think they recommend a lead up time of at least 3 months for your publishing date. So if I plan to release my book in February, March, if I'm going to do my book at the end of March, I want to have all of my pages, all of my sample stuff done, and I basically want to have everything on the back end side of the book done by January, because they recommend, especially for pre-orders and stuff like that, that 3-month timeline so that you can start promoting and getting things set up on websites and stuff like that. Their end of that, especially with Ingram Spark, is super easy because they send out all of their metadata to the companies themselves. So like a lot of them are pretty instant. You can expect Amazon to be fairly instant, Barnes & Noble to be fairly instant. They also publish them on Walmart. Walmart takes a few extra days for it to get into their system, but across the board, like it's fairly quick. And that's for pre-orders and stuff like that. So that they kind of recommend getting everything done that 3 months in advance, and then that'll give you time to deal with any issues. You can order then your pre-order copies that get sent to you so that you can have them for events and things like that. So yeah, lots of little timelines and stuff like that to be aware of, and make sure that whoever you're publishing with or whoever your distributor is, you are aware of what their timelines and things look like. And they should be willing to work with you on those things for sure. For sure. Past that, things get more technical as far as layouts and things like that. So those ones would have to be for anybody who's listening, who's looking to publish and stuff like that. If you have like specific sizes for your books, or different, like my book, and you're looking at the page right now here, these are all square pages. So I went with a 8.5 by 8.5 size book. But if you do an 8.5 by 11 or whatever, like an oblong shaped, rectangle shaped book, or smaller size, whatever like that, each one has its own little distinct quirks about it, and those also affect some of the timelines and things as well. If you have a book over 32 pages or a really odd number or something like that, some of those things affect how your book timeline published stuff works out as well. So it's a lot of stuff is like, my book is very standardized in that I made sure that it fit in the 32 page God damn it, what do they call that? Standard format. This is generally a format that most publishers use across the board. They like it. It works out with their printing presses the best, and they're just like, if you come up to them, they're like 30, and you tell them 32 pages, they'll be like, cool, that works for us in that way. If you tell them like 33 or 34, they're like, yeah, no, because it's just an oddball kind of setup. So being aware of some of those things is definitely recommended. Working within that, I think it's multiples of 4. So you can do 32, you can do 36, you can do 40, you can do 44, I think that's right. Multiples of 2, one of the two, it's either 2 or 4 that you have to add each time. I think it's 4 because it's front and back. Yeah, so any page numbers that you use, make sure that you add 4 if you're not going to go with any of these standards page numbers, for sure. Next question on our list here was about local author events and shops that support indies. I would definitely, depending, and this is, I'll try to generalize this for most areas, and I can talk a little bit more specifically about stuff here in my area, but I would definitely check out any writers groups that you have in your area. I would definitely check in on any libraries that you can go into. Maybe I should separate those two. we'll start at the libraries. So when I first started, I had a, I don't want to start this. I've done some illustration work before I started doing my own self-publishing author illustration stuff. I was fortunate enough to get connected with an old teacher who had a wife that was working on some projects, and I got to do illustrations for that book. So I kind of learned the ins and outs of some of this stuff early on in my career. That was back in 2007, 8. So a long time ago. Almost 20 years now. So I kind of knew that because of that relationship and that setup, certain things connected to libraries and writers groups were instrumental in being able to get your books and stuff where you want, knowing which shops in your community are indie bookstores that are looking for independently published books and stuff like that is super, super helpful as well, because they are definitely more inclined to help or set up events and stuff for local authors than some of the bigger chain stores. Not saying like Barnes & Noble is one of those unique ones where, because they changed how they allow each store to operate itself, you have a little bit more wiggle room to go in and talk to a manager or whoever's on their book acquisition teams and set things up with them. So like Barnes & Noble's a good resource as well, and they're willing to work with local authors and stuff like that as well. So, but independent bookstores, going in there and talking to them, having your information available that you have about the cost of your book and access to it and things like that, that's important as well. For me, I went into our local Thistle and Nightshade bookstore here in Reno, Nevada. They had on their website a form I could fill out to essentially apply to have my books carried at their shop. And there's a lot of places that do similar things. I think there's one you can do the one in Truckee as well, has that, even though I think they require that you be part of the big 3 publishers to even apply. So that one credited me out of that scenario. But yeah, contacting the little independent bookstore here, going in and talking to them, and then having the information available about how much my book costs, how much it would cost them to get it from Ingram Spark and through their system, and compare that to how much it would cost getting it from me. And then they were super nice in being able to talk about a deal that they were to work well with me and stuff like that, which was super, super kind. Just figuring out who does and doesn't want to work with you in those respects. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay. I applied to a couple other places here in Reno, and their libraries were already full for their bookshelves. So they're like, no, I'm sorry, we can't take any more books in at this time, but you can always reapply later. And it's like, okay, that's how that works. So knowing those things, knowing whether or not your library accepts applications for books to be added to their libraries. I was very fortunate on the first book that I was able to request that my first book be added to the Washoe County Library here in Reno, and they accepted, and they actually bought a couple books themselves. I offered to give them a couple free ones, and they did not get back to me on that, so they bought a couple copies. So knowing which libraries and stuff do those things, and I had to have a library card to be able to request those be added to the library system. So knowing those different things, that's generally how the libraries work. You have to have a library and be a resident of the area so that you can have your books added to their catalogs. There's a lot of online social ones to do. So like I was browsing one day on Threads, which is the Twitter version, but made by Instagram kind of thing. Anyways, and I saw from the Las Vegas area, there was the director at the Whitney Library was looking to build his very own independent author section at his library, and he was looking for authors to donate their books to add to his library and stuff like that. Unheard of in some of the what I've seen around in different areas. So like he was doing that all on his own and putting it together, and I've been able to submit both of my books to him, or actually just send them to him at my own cost, and they're in that library, which is really, really good. So more kids have access to them, and it's just a better setup in that way. So if you want to do something like that, definitely check out it's the Whitney Library in Las Vegas. The director is Mr. Billy. What's his name on? Let me look at his name on Three Kings Visions. Three Kings Visions, I believe, is his name on Threads or Instagram, and you can get in contact with him. And if you'd like to send your books in to the Whitney Library, definitely check him out on there. Super, super nice dude, super passionate about books and his library and getting independent authors, regardless of what age group you write for, higher, lower, doesn't really matter. He's just like, give them all to me. He wants them all. So that's just really, really cool. So those things are nice because you can put them on your resume and show people, be like, hey, I have books here, I have books here, I have books here, I've done these things. All of those little bits for me have definitely helped out. Doing all of the events that I've done this year, also all of the thing that shows like that I'm committed and doing stuff and actively getting myself out there. Our little event that we did here in our video at the Snafu Con, another item to put on the list, and more connections to make and people to talk to, and all of that good stuff. So definitely check out all of whatever your locality has as far as bookstores, libraries, things like that. And then from there, start looking into local writing groups that you can join, and see if there are anything like that. I think we have a couple here in Reno. When I did my first library event, I was lucky enough to get connected with some of the other authors that talked to me about some of the writing groups that they have here. And I've been able to work with the Sierra Arts Foundation because they have their own literary community. So I was able to join that community and go into their monthly meetings and talk about writing and connecting with a lot of people that way. And then the High Sierra Writers Group is a group that has a Facebook page, and they have a lot of resources as far as events and things that are coming that people can apply for and stuff like that. And then the SCWBI, what is it? Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators. That one's a big one that has lots of resources. That's a worldwide group that you can join and access a lot of different materials between writing groups and one-on-one with different mentors and things like that too. So a lot of resources. Definitely check around and make sure see what is available in your area for sure. Attend meetings. As much as like I'm not a huge Facebook fan, but it's a good resource, so I go on and check just that group and go from there. So I know it's a lot of work. It's a lot of things to go around and to look at and figure out and try to be a part of, especially if you have a full-time job or part-time job even in between. It's a lot of stuff. So I know for me, I have most of my days open because I am a stay-at-home dad, so time is a little bit different run for me. So between doing all these streams and stuff, so try my best. I'll try my best to get resources together and help out and put things up if I can, but we'll go from there. Last general question that I have on this list is anything you wish someone had told you earlier. I would assume like earlier in the publishing process. Something I wish somebody had told me earlier. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm the type of person that I do a lot of research about stuff. So like to the point where sometimes it's probably not good. It keeps me from doing a lot of things because I know too much stuff about, or I get nervous about too many things because I've researched and then read people's horror stories and things like that. So I'm not sure. Anything you wish someone had told you earlier? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I honestly don't. I'm still trying to figure out 90% of it. So, I don't know if I've hit my moment quite yet where somebody has given me, I mean, I've run into a lot of people that have given me really great information, and then I've kind of done the background work of, making sure all this stuff is legit, the information that they've given me. But I told you earlier, I know there's things that I've told myself over and over again, not everything has to be perfect, especially even like the pages that we're looking at right here. Sometimes it takes time. We've been fighting over this page number 18 here for a couple weeks now. This little guy down here. So that one's been kind of a butt a little bit, and it's okay if it takes a little bit of time. Like, self-publishing is a very unique and interesting position because the time is yours. You get to choose what you want to do, and that's nice. It's crazy in some respects, but it's a nice thing to have and be available to have. I know for me, I can move my dates around and stuff like that if I need to. I don't know. Ooh, we got somebody being a bad person in our stream. Goodbye. You have been banned from the things. Okay. Did the thing. Got rid of them. So I don't know. I might have to come back to that one and think about that one a little bit more. That one's a little bit more profound in that way. So we'll have to see. I don't know. I would say social medias is important. I would say websites are important. I would say in-person events are important. Getting together with local groups, because connecting to those is really good to then understand what the resources are in your town, in your city, in your surrounding areas. Those are all good. think all of those are things that were kind of told to me in certain ways. So, but definitely important to look at those things and see what's going on, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that one a little bit more. I'll come up with something more profound at some point, but not right now. I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna think about it. And that's okay. Maybe that's the lesson of all. It's okay to take a moment and think about those things. So, we are about 20 seconds away from our first ad break here, so let's pause right here. I was hoping to plan, but to work on some more stuff. But when I get talking, sometimes I can't work and talk. So we'll just see. Let's switch over to our assistant cam. See how? Oh, it's sleeping. So we'll take a break for the ads here, and then we will come back. So this way you guys don't miss anything, and then we'll keep working on book 3 here. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I will answer them as soon as I get back. So see you in a few minutes. Bye.
Sunny_Ruth just gave 1 bit supporting the Stitched Tales book series.
Oh, thank you, Sunny, for the 1 bit. I appreciate it. Did you see that big stretch? That was a good big stretch. He's got the best big stretches. It was, right? It's good stuff. He's good stuff. Oh, I gotta do some copyright stuff. It's fun. Lots of things happening, Sonny. Lots of things. How are things going with you? How is life? How is business right now? Doing okay? Busy enough to be okay, but not too busy to overrun you? Let's see. At work for lunch shift, but we'll be off tomorrow night after I get done with lunch shift. Nice. Yeah, it feels like with everything that's been going on around here, it's just been me running around doing one thing after another, and don't feel like I've had time to sit down and relax or like regain my energies. I was able to sit down and watch the 2 current episodes of My Hero Academia, so that was kind of cool. Have my promotion ceremony coming up tonight. Oh, nice. That's exciting. I know. I think I saw that you were on, I forget what I was checking, and it said you were on playing Star Citizen. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe it was last night, and I just happened to look through the friends list on Xbox and see that. I think that's what it was. Sleepy old man, 19 years old, just sleeping the day away. That's okay. Yep, dipping into leadership. Yeah. You are primed for leadership. Okay, I don't know how I did this, but I don't know what it's called. On the opposite side of your knee, that little crease where the upper part of your leg and the lower part of your leg connect right there, that bends all the time. I don't know how, but I either hyperextended and I cracked a slice across right in there, but I have a cut right in that little crease of my leg, and it hurts like fucking crazy. I'm having trouble doing all my stretches and stuff, Sonny, because of that. It sucks. I told ChatGPT I don't know if I'm ready, and it's like, that's usually a good sign that you'll do well. I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's fair. The hard stuff is usually good stuff. I know for me, in doing my book things, getting up and talking in front of people at live events and stuff like that, that's hard. Like, it's no joke. Or doing, I think the television interview thing was the hardest one I've done. That one felt very, like, I was very, very nervous for that one. The other one's not as much, but that one was definitely out of the ballpark. So I think you're ready. I think you're doing good. You got this. You got this. You can do it. Yeah, you're welcome. Ink, color shadow. Yeah, I think that's a good juxtaposition between the two there. It goes from, I thought maybe I needed to add another little wording here, or one on here, but I think they might be okay. I'm not sure what's inside this box, but there has to be a way to open it and find out. Oh, I think with the wording, that's right. We were working on how to change. This is what we ran out of time on Monday with. We have the word open twice. That's right. That was the big deal. That I was like, couldn't remember what it was that that I was struggling with on Monday. We need to change the wording on one of these to make it work better. I remember talking about this being like, repeating things this close together, especially on the same spread, generally frowned upon. So want to make sure I get part of that change today. Let's open up 19 real quick. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't change it. I do have this extra. Aha, found it as well, though. I think I've settled on this perspective, though, of our second character looking out of the box through one of the holes. It's a little exaggerated. Okay, it's a lot exaggerated. Like a lot exaggerated. Might have to make it bigger. Yeah, maybe something like that. But we definitely need to change the word open here. Can't have it twice like that. Always forget I could just scroll in here, make this nice and big. I'm not sure what's inside this box, but there has to be a way to open it and find out. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will open. I can change it to maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will come loose. It will. Gotta do something. I think 19 is where we need to do something to this. I think we've officially made it to the rewriting stage and cleaning up now that we've got kind of the 18 in the hole here, or started. I think we are officially moving on to the polish stage, I think is what's happening now. It maybe as hard as I can. It will. I need another word for open. Oops. Yeah. I don't like it, but I don't like that at all. I had a brilliant idea and then I lost it. It seems to be where most things go. I definitely don't like this. Yeah, there's some definitely. Definitely need to come up with something to change here, and then I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. Aww. Grandmother sent me some pictures. We're open. Last time we looked up a bunch of words. Tried to look up some thesaurus words. Am I right? I don't think it's wrong. Some different words for open. We're gonna try something crazy. We're gonna see. Let's see if we can get some lists going here. That might work. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will budge, move, give, loosen, unseal, unlock, release, shift, crack, break free, come loose. I think that was the one I was thinking. Maybe it will come loose, which I don't like, but that's what I was thinking, kind of, maybe. Pop open, but that still has the word open in it, so that won't work. Maybe it will. Maybe it will loosen. Maybe that's what he was thinking. Okay, yeah. I think that's gonna work better. Cause we. Okay, yeah. Trying to open it. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will loosen. So maybe that's our kicker here, is that he's trying to get it open, but he's thinking like he's not pulling as hard as he thinks he is, and that's why he ends up going flying. Is he's thinking I'm just loosening it, but in reaction he's popping it open. I think that's gonna work better. Okay, sweet. I do need to move this around a little bit here. Don't want to use that. Don't like it. On a spot to fit my balls in. Period. Don't like it, but found a spot. Kind of working on that idea. What if we need a sentence that describes the finding moment, and then the other sentence that describes the actual action that he's performing, the strength that he's putting into this. Does this need to be... No, because that won't be the other. That'll be the other one. trying to jostle it. That's not bad. Jostle. I always think of the word jostle as kind of like shaking something rather than trying to like open something or get inside. Like when you get a Christmas gift and you shake it and somebody's like, oh, don't jostle it, you know, like that's what that's the imagery, the thing that I think of in my head when I hear the word jostle. Right, Sora? She goes, yeah. No, don't jostle, it'll break. Ooh, that went way too far. I think this one is good. I think this needs to stay as is unless I want to change the wording a little bit. But if I want to do another little one up here. Don't know if this is a good idea or not. Arrange, send it back. There we go. Might have to do some rewrites on that. I think we can officially put this in there. Yeah, I think we can officially do that for the moment. We'll save it. Is your obligatory? You're right. Yeah, right. It's not. It's kind of jostle's an interesting word. So part of the interesting part about doing illustration and stuff like that is that the English language has a lot of words that you can use for different things. Like I have a whole list here of fudge, move, give, loosen, unseal, unlock, release, shift, crack, break free, come loose, unstick, give away, yield, pop open. Like those are words that it associates with swapping out that word open for. But each one has a little bit of background information or a little bit of like jostle. Like it has imagery and nuance that is in our brains just because of, you know, time and experience and things like that. So being aware of the language and how it's used and feels and the imagery that it evokes when it's spoken is important to have. Not necessarily like you have to know everything, but it's good to have that in the background, like to make sure you're aware of some of those things. And maybe that's how like a lot of I would say better authors do it, is because they understand that relationship way better. I know being around some of the other novelists and stuff like that in our writing group and hearing them talk about or how they put together imagery just through words and write those things. It's very interesting to see and be like, okay, cool. So I have a different setup because I get to actually draw the pictures that go with it, but the words still have a huge presence on what whether or not those images work or not too. So it's just something to be aware of and understanding. I do come from having a communications minor in college, so like understanding the presence of words and all of those things definitely in my wheelhouse a little bit. So words are powerful. They're very, very powerful. It is up to us to use them wisely and correctly. Synonyms, that's the word. Synonyms for the word open. This is the stuff that I try to use, like GPT for. ChatGPT is making this of words that fit, like synonyms and stuff like that. It's good at those things. Break free, pop free, unseal, unstiffen, crack open, snap free. Yeah, I kind of like, let's see, maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will loosen. Budge, move, shift, give way, loose, loosen. Pop free, release, unseal, unstiffen, no. Crack open, snap free, no. We can also do a descriptor word like unglue or tear open, or like we could do something more like that, but that might be a little bit more extreme. I kind of like the idea that he thinks he's loosening it. So if we're okay with that, then we need to work on this other part. I think that's what I need to do. The puppy needs to go outside real quick. She's ringing the bell. So we're gonna switch over to our live outside camera here. Live with our outside camera. And we'll send her outside real quick. So give me a second. I will be right back. Okay, puppy has been put outside. We did a thing. Was just going over synonyms and antonyms with my niece this week. Yeah, they're important. Especially in writing, like being able to understand that you don't want to repeat the same things over and over again. And I call it fluffing my writing, where I go through and give a little bit of creative license to make them flow a little bit better by changing up some of the pathways that the words move through each other. So like, you don't want to say, I think we talked about this last time, like open, 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 like that gets annoying. So you use all of those synonyms, budge, move, shift, give, like all of those ideas, loosen. to describe what you're doing a little bit better, a little bit different, a little bit more character in that way. Awaken, unseal, reveal, unlock, unveil, stir, release, summon, no, unbind, respond, yield, manifest, break. Grant passes, no. Those are all very magical words. They're magical words. Magical Diapleurodons. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will let me in. No. We expose what the no. Oop. Yeah, so I'm working on the wrong thing again. Delete. Let's just get rid of that. I don't want to look at that anymore. Okay. So if we do that, found a spot. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will loosen. I had an idea and I thought about it again. I didn't like it. Don't think we want to have that. Oh, no, this is more, yeah. I think 18 is... I think that's just about done, because that's 100%, so that's the size it's going to be. The wording is good and readable. Ask your niece if she has any good words for to swap out. She might be better at this right now than I am. Kids always have. That's the interesting part is I wish I had a little group of kids to read through some of the stuff that I have to basically to beta test some of the stories that I've written, just to be able to see if they if it resonates or if they have hard times with something or if they feel like it needs to be rewritten or something like that. That would be cool. Focus group. I mean, I could go steal a bunch of kids from a elementary school. That's okay, right? I just show up in my van and tell kids, get in the van, you can read all the books you want, right? That's legit, right? That's not weird at all, right? Yeah, I don't like the way this sounds. I do have to say, Sunny, I think I am officially like 90% done with the Dungeon Protocols Christmas card or holiday card. I think I'm pretty close to being done. Take them to Dreamer's Book Castle? Yeah, right? Come on, kids, come to the Book Castle. Yay! Yeah, I think I'm officially almost done. Got a little bit more to do, and then I think I can put up the sign up form for it pretty soon, and then I can send those cards out. This year's going to be a little bit interesting with mail being funky dory and stuff like that. See what happens. I keep thinking I need to put the word maybe again, but I don't want to do maybe twice. It needs something. It needs something to go there because it can't. It doesn't feel like it can stand on its own. Has to be a way to open. Find out. Okay, so now I've done the same thing where now I have loose and loosen in the same. So now loosen needs to change. Like open works better, but then we have the open problem again. So we need to find a different word. Let's not do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's make this a little less tall, a little skinnier. Let's boost that back up to 5. I can, maybe as hard as it can. It will. I can. Out? No. Maybe like that? This flap looks a little loose. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, as hard as I can, maybe if I pull as hard as I can, I don't want to do I can twice. That seems silly. Maybe if I pull hard enough, I can see what's inside. No. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can. What do I have on the other one? It will open. If I pull as hard as I can, it will open. Pull as hard as I can. I don't want to use the word open. As hard as I can. Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling on this one. Door from the drawer. Maybe if I pull, I want to describe the theme. I think I'm going to go back to this and maybe change this one. Has to be to what? Way to get inside. No, I used the word inside twice. God damn it. This is always the hard part about getting to the editing and rephrasing phase of this, is that you trip up on a lot of your stuff. Sometimes I do pretty well about being like, oh no, this is definitely, and then I change the sentence completely, but like this one's being a butt. I feel like there needs to be a comma there. Comma. See, I'm not sure what's inside this box. We want to stay away from the word inside and open. Let's see. Oh, maybe that's what I need to do. Oh, maybe. I think that's fine. Restrictions in this box, but there has to be a way. Way to get the surprise. We need to change out the word inside. What's a bunch of words for interior, center core, middle, heart, nucleus. It says there's 174 synonyms for this for inside. Get to the surprise. Within? No. Those are not words. Inner, interior, internal, middle, inward, innermost, central, no. Ew, those are bad words. Heart, soul, no. That did not help me at all. Dang you, Websters. Merriam-Webster, that did not help at all. These are all giving me the official like Webster's and stuff like that's giving me really weird takes on them. So I thought about it, I was like, okay, so maybe I need to bring back the idea that this is a surprise. Yeah, I may have to restructure the sentence again. Dang it. Thought I was going to be done with this one, but... I think this is going to be okay. Let's go ahead and save that real quick. Back to 18. Change 18 to make it fit. Let's see. Can't tell what's inside, but it's calling to be open. No. Mysterious? I think I spelled that right. Mysterious. This box very... Yeah, because we just came off of all of the other crazy stuff that was happening. This box is very mysterious. There has to be a way to... Has to be a way to... to be a way to find out what's inside. But that word mysterious does not want to cooperate. Yeah, oh, I think I figured it out. This box is very mysterious. Okay, let me read it in the right way. This box is very mysterious. I may have to split them. There has to be a way to find out what's inside. This flap looks a little loose. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will open. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I figured it out. I love alliteration. Bisha, can you explain to me what an alliteration is? Like, I have the base understanding, but... The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. That's the official documentation on that. Did we lose Bishak? Bishak, come back! Alliteration of sweet birds sang. I don't know what that means. Consonant sounds in two or more neighboring words or syllables are repeated. Yeah. Alliteration is a repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of words in close proximity. Like Big Bad Bishak. Something like that? Would that be an alliteration? Oh, okay. The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of the adjacent. Yeah. To me, it's like Bishak's Bad Boy Burrito Bandits. Band of Bad Boy Burrito Bandits. Yeah, unless I'm a silly goose. Yeah, you are a silly goose. You are the silliest of gooses. Of geeses? Of goosen. You're the silliest of goosens. No, I think I figured out. I think I figured out this wording, but I think I may need to split. So I have the ability when I have sentences like this. Let's go ahead and polish this up a little bit. Copy, paste that. If I have the comma there, which I'm not sure if I need or not because I don't know spelling. If I do this, if I put this up here. Okay, so did that. Ups that down. That down here. I can actually make this way smaller, which is good. And then we're going to copy and paste that, basically essentially duplicating it. We're going to send it backwards. Took me a minute, but I think I got there. I think I got it. Okay. I tease you a lot in my descriptions for tonight's clan night post. Just a fair warning. Oh, that's fine. I'm good with that. I was worried that Ichabus was a little bit mad at me last week. But I think it's okay. Do it. Do it. Do the bullying, yes. There's my voice for the week. You're welcome. I am not above the razzing at all, so I'm okay with that. Feel free to bully me at your will. I won't cry, I promise. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make a connection like this. So when I want to split up the wordings and have like this box is very mysterious, I really want that to stand out on its own. The comma is nice to have, but for like a person like me who doesn't, especially at a younger age, who didn't really understand punctuation and things like that, I still don't know a lot of the punctuation, so I'm still working on that, but this helps being able to understand that that's a break in those two sentences. Like I'm helping illustrate the pause between those two things. Is kind of the idea of what I'm setting up with these. So I've done this a few times. Yeah, like this. This box is very mysterious. There has to be a way to find out what's inside. So it kind of forces us to look at the situation of the punctuation as very different. It changes how I say it, how I want it to be presented. This box is very mysterious. Pause. There has to be a way to find out what's inside. You know what I mean? I think that clears it up for us. I think we got there, Sonny. I think we did it. I love that meme. I miss advanced animal type memes. Well, I'm old. Add 1 to the Tahoe cry counter. I've run out of space. So the Tahoe cry counter is currently set at 1 then, I think. Is that what I'm hearing? Tahoe never, that's my son says that all the time. My dad never cries. And I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I have emotions, but they don't always come out as crying. I'm sorry. Correct, yeah. I thought so. I think so. This one, So if I want a bigger pause, which by the way, speaking of pause, let's pause right here for the second. We are coming up with our second ad break here in about 10 seconds. So let's pause here. We'll swap over to our assistant Cam, see how he's doing. We'll put our work on pause, take our break. We'll come back afterwards and we'll keep going from there. So stay tuned. I will be back shortly. Ads still haven't started yet? Huh, interesting. Oh, look at that. How about that for timing? I got an extra 30 seconds out of that. All right. Huzzah! I'm an ugly crier. Aww. Is it one of those like you're like tremblings type of ugly cry? What type of ugly cry are we talking about? Is it a lot of like back breathing when you're giving the is it one of those? Is it just straight like blubbering just one whole tone? What kind of ugly cry are we talking about here? Kind of sobbing, nose running. Okay, that's not an ugly cry. That's very respectable. That's is it like whiny? Like is it make it ugly crying because it's just like liquids flowing just everywhere? You know a lot about crying. Suspicious. No whining. Okay. So just the straight crying then. I would say I'm very observant of people, and I grew up in a space where I was consuming a lot of media, and I have a lot of references in my head of a lot of things. Maybe hyperventilating. Oh, okay. So you have a little bit of the back. Yeah. I gotcha. That's not bad. That's respectable. I would not call that ugly crying. The ugly crying is when you have one of the main attributes that's way over the top. Like I won't do the one impression that I have, which is where you just get really loud. That one's definitely ugly crying, where it just goes way over, or when you enhance one of the features, like the breathing or the back breathing or anything like that. Like those ones are the ones where it becomes too theatrical, like it's way over the top. That's what I would consider like the ugly crying. I also grew up with a wife who was in theater, so I got to see a lot of theater. Way they do a lot of different things. So I got lots of reference materials. I also love voices, and I love sounds and stuff like that too. So I'm fascinated by all those things. Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about ugly crying on the stream here today. I think that'll sell, right? That'll go over. People want to talk about the ugly crying, right? I'm trying to think of what are the other versions of the crying. Of course. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of crying in my lifetime for myself. I've seen a lot of crying in my lifetime, but not had a whole experience. Probably something I need to address at some point when I go to therapy someday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not one of those ones that's like, I gotta be a man, you can't cry because you gotta be. I'm not like that type. But some of my feelings and emotions are very much reserved for me. So they don't always come out in public spaces or around family or anything like that. So I think I mostly go to, instead of going to crying, I go to depression. I think that's where I slide to more often than the crying. I've had a few movies that have gotten me close to tears. I've had a couple anime shows that have gotten me there. Yeah, pretty close. Lion King was not one of them. I shut down when I'm sad. I cried during Toy Story 4. Oh yeah, when they're in the little compactor getting... Yeah, that one, so super fucking emotional in that one. That one was really, really hard, for sure. I think the other one, like Guardians of the Galaxy, when Yondu dies, and then the Ravagers come out and do the parade for him, that was a one that fucking hit really, really hard. That was a good one. I think the anime take one is in the anime 86, where it's at the end of the second season where they finally meet their handler. That one got to me too. Like that one felt right. That hit me right in the feels hard in a lot of ways. Your Lie in April. I don't remember if Your Lie in April, if I've seen that one. I don't know if I've seen that one. Your Name was a good one. I don't know if Your Name hit me that hard. I mean, it hit me hard, but I don't think it got me close to the cry during Toy Story 4. Dude, that's a good spot to cry for sure. Slice of Life and was about music. No, I know that one's a big one. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Sometimes I know which ones are emotional and I'll hold them in my back pocket. And when I'm feeling like shitty or down, depressed, I'll put those on because I need something to be sad about and have that in my back pocket kind of thing. So I haven't used that one yet. I think the other one is the pancreas one. I'll eat your pancreas or something like that. I think it's where the girl has cancer. Yeah, something like that. The music is just so great in it. Yeah, I gotta check it out. I know I do. Like I said, I've been avoiding it a little bit because I didn't want to. I don't know. I gotta be in the mood to be that sad. You went into it blind? Oh no. You got blindsided by that one. It destroyed me. Yeah, there's a couple of them that... There's one called Clanad, Clanannad. It's an older one. And it's like school story and stuff like that, but they have a after story and it gets real, not dark, but man, that one fucked me up. That one fucked me up. That one fucked up Mrs. Tahoe. She's still mad about that one. We watched that one together because I didn't know what was coming, and she definitely didn't know. And the stuff that happens in that, where the mom dies, and then supposedly the dad and the daughter die at the end too. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, that one hurt. That one hurt a lot. That one did do emotional damage for sure. Because it was all like happy-go-lucky relationship stuff, and then the side story comes in and it just gets like, oh. The Danish girl made my ex-fiance mad. I ugly cried at that one. Oh, I don't know that one. The Danish girl. There was one other one. I can't remember the name of it. It's about a guy that can go, I think he goes back in time, and his childhood friend, did she get murdered or something like that? I can't remember what it is. That one got to me too. I couldn't finish that season. It's got Eddie Redmayne in it. You see his full penis. Oh, okay. Wasn't ready for that. That's fair. Not ready for it. Yeah, that happens. I don't think I was ever ready to see nudity in some of those. I was shocked when Wedding Crashers at the beginning, because like they have the explicit version, and we watched that in like the first minute there are naked titties flying around. I was like, oh, okay, well, I was thinking explicit, but not that explicit. Like, okay, that's a thing. I was with Mrs. Tahoe at that one. I was just like, I wanted to cover her eyes. Like, I was like, you shouldn't watch it. It was funny. I was a silly boy back in the day. The internship. I have to look up all these. Did they get naked in the internship? Something happened in that one? With Vince Vaughn? Did I save that? I did save that. Okay. Oh, that's right. I know what I wanted to do here. No, you butt. That's not what I wanted. This styling. Going down here. I think. Or did that one make you cry? You guys have to specify which ones made you cry, which ones made you cringe. I need to understand. Also, by the way, for anybody watching the streams or watching later, this is all open topics for anything. This is not necessarily kid-friendly viewing as far as the illustrations and stuff like that. It's not necessarily like adult, but I also don't mind cussing on these streams, so just FYI, before you set your toddler down and let them just watch whatever they want. I do have to say, Bishek is not kid-friendly. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hey, Bishek has contributed 108 total to the special treat for our assistant patch. Let's check in on our assistant to see what he's doing. Oh, he is still sleeping. Look at that. Still just being a little goober. But thank you. Thank you, Pishak, for your points. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out and watching the stream for a little bit. Gotta make some decisions here. So we saved out 18. I think I'm good with that. It's not as pretty as I want it. Black space, dead space there, but that's okay. Might be able to play with that a little bit. Okay, I think I have an idea. Maybe don't think I like the way this looks. Do I like having two? I'm gonna have to pull up manga pages. Hold on. Grab one of my books. Let's see if they do double or do they just connect them. Sometimes they loop the bubbles together. You know, I've done something very differently here. Okay, sometimes they stack them on top of each other. I think these may need to be connected. Pretty sure. Kind of like the last page. Okay, so maybe undo this. Not do it like that. We're gonna try this and we'll see how it works, or if it works at all. Yeah, I think that kind of does what I want it to do. I think I definitely want to change it a little bit though. Why is that not? Of course it's not black, that's weird. Okay, there we go. Let's try that. See how that goes together. Yeah. Okay, I think that works. I think that's gonna work. Yeah. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's happening. Call the mayor. It's happening. We're doing it. Obligatory save your work. Don't forget, if you're working digitally and you don't have autosave on, or if that's not a feature, please save your work. Save that, export that as 19 here. Okay, so we can swap out these two now. Since we rewrote our story on the fly, Go ahead and embed both of those. Oh, come on. Oh, oops! I was supposed to go all the way up to here. Da-da-da. I guess I could have left the numbers so I could have seen the numbers, but that's okay. Okay. Hey, I think that's much better. Let's see. It's moving everywhere. This box is very mysterious. mysterious. Okay. There has to be a way to find out what's inside. Okay, that's looking good. This flap looks a little loose. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will open. Yeah, okay. We got it. We got the flow down. Sweet. Oh, that was rough for a little bit there. Holy smokes. Looks like we made it. Okay. Now we get to check the spelling. Yay, this is the fun part. When I say fun part, I mean not the fun part. Go to trash. Okay, we don't need that. We need book. We need the script for, or not the script, the, where is it? There it is. There's book 3. We need the, not the outline. We need the manuscript. It's called a manuscript. Like it sounds important in life. Let's see, which page is this? This is 18 and 19. We have to do some rewrites to make sure that our spelling is correct. Oh crap, it's doing a bunch of recalculations. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I've got Google Docs up with my manuscript for book 3 up, so now I need to do some changes. So get rid of this. This box is very mysterious, comma. There has to be a way to find out what's inside. Period. Okay, so I did do the wrong there. Yippee skippy. Oh, this is giving me some different punctuation too. Okay. It's saying that I need to put one of these here, and then this is the wrong there. There has to be a way to find out what's inside. Okay, so that's now correct, supposedly. Save that. Let's go to 19 because we need to change this. We can get rid of aha found it because that's not a thing anymore. Okay, here we go. This flap looks a little loose. Period. Okay, this one looks a little loose. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, it will open. Maybe if I pull as hard as I can, comma, it will open. Okay. Well, let's save that one as well. Did we save 18? We did. Okay. Okay, so those are updated in our manuscript. We've got the spelling correct now. That's all good. All of a sudden it's telling me all these spelling errors and things that I've missed somehow in the second half of this book. I might have to go do some spelling edits here shortly. Okay, cool. Let's get rid of 18. Let's get rid of 19. Back in here. Which page is that? Where's that surprise? That one's fine. Let's make sure this is capitalized here. Should be. Yep, that one's good. Oh, this is showing a comma. I'm sorry. Okay, I got the comma. Sweet. Next one. So that should be saved. Good there. 3. Let's open up 24. Says hi. I'm Patch. I did do it wrong here. This is why it's nice to have spell check. There we go. Hi, I'm Patch. I think that's what the people were calling me. There we go. That one's saved. 25. Let's see. You're not going to attack me at random, comma. Are you? This is my least favorite part. I thought I had all these right, but I guess I had them wrong. I have music from Your Lie and April playing in my head now. I apologize for that. If it brings emotional trauma back to you, that is not my intention. I apologize for that, my friend. You have suffered emotional damage. 26. Where's 26? There it is. Okay, so this one says, well, okay, comma. God, see, this is the thing. I miss a lot of commas when I write. Well, you don't look very scary. And you're a fellow cat. Nope, not scary at all. Okay, so that's good. Save. 26. Here we go. 27. We need to go in here. Hi, I'm Buttons. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Can I call you Big Brother? No. That's my anime joke reference. Anytime a character comes into whatever scenarios, they always find the Big Brother. Big Brother! We're saying no, right off the bat. So that's my reverse joke. I figured that was appropriate. The anime people in the world will understand that one a little bit. Also had to give him those hands, like pointing like no, you know, that I feel like this goes really, really well. Okay, save that one. With 7 done. What else do I need to do? 28. 8. Let's see what it says. This place is pretty big, so if you need any help finding your way around, just let me know. Okay, so what is it telling me to correct? After around, it needs to be a comma. Around, comma. And after thanks buttons. Thanks, comma, buttons. Comma, buttons. Okay. Edits, edits, edits. 28. Saved. Okay. Let's go to 29. Like I said, for some reason I miss a whole crap ton of edits on the back end of this book. I don't know how I did that. Okay, hangout is 2 words. Okay, good to know, good to know. Is it okay if I hang out with you until I get used to this new place? I'll give you a tour, comma, and give you a tour, comma, and then I'll show you my favorite nap spot. Perfect. Okay, so let's save that one. This is our workflow. Okay, here we go. Let's go to this page. This is look. So comma, look, comma, patch and buttons are cuddly. Okay, so I might have to disagree with this one. It says, comma, look, comma, patch and buttons are cuddling. I think this was a good surprise. Welcome to the family, comma, patch. Welcome to the family, patch. Is there a pause there? Welcome to the family, patch. I always try to think of commas like that, like they're a 1 second pause in between. It says it. I'm gonna put it down for now. We'll see if I do most of like these technical edits, and then once I get pretty close to being happy with everything, reading through and it looking good, then I'll have Mrs. Tahoe go through and do her line edits and look at all of the stuff and make sure that that jives with her English degree and the things that she's learned about all of that. So she's my editor-in-chief. And pass it through and see, make sure that she agrees with all of the changes and stuff that I've made. Let's see. I'm having it run through my manuscript real quick. Okay, cool. We are clear of problems now, so that's good. Yay. Let's go ahead and save this out. We actually are at the right spot, the perfect spot for what I want to work on next. That's good. Put on that. Center. Do I want to do it that way? So I get to go through and hide. I wouldn't say hide. I get to work on some background elements. One of the ones that I put up here is this gold-looking record in the background here, which I might have to make some little squiggles on or something to make it look a little bit more official. Something like that. I need some wording for it, but I don't know what quite yet. Let's see. I want to make another one. Coming out over here. I don't know, does that look like a record? Maybe it doesn't need to be shiny on this part. More like that. It does look like a record. Okay, cool. Even with the shiny parts that I added to it. But some stars for shiny would be cool as well. That makes sense. That makes sense. I think I have stars. Where did I put those stars at? On. Oh, I think it was here. No, it was not here. I use stars. Use stars. Oh, that page. Little sparkly stars. Shouldn't need half of these. Oops, wrong one. Don't need that one. Maybe something like that. That's this one. go. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Tell me when it's on. Nope, it's not going to. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there we go. What do you think? Good? I think it needs the... I think we need to reflect this across. East. There we go. Yeah, I think that works good. Yeah, I get to put some stuff on the walls. I get to do some other background stuff. So that's the point that we've reached in the story now. Now that we've got 18 started here now, we can actually start going back through and adding some polish to a bunch of these pages and stuff like that. Get these green ones, the ones with the green backgrounds, figured out what actual backgrounds they're going to have colored wise. And then start to get things a little polished up a little bit, which is good. I get to add some fun items in the background to allude to what was happening, that the people were gone for a little bit. Where were they? What were they doing? Why are there so many boxes around? There sure are a lot of boxes around here lately. My people had a special event they just went to recently. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I wonder what that special event might have been. This is the allude. We get to allude to things in the background that our main character doesn't really know. It's not really going to find out, but something has changed in the house and in the environment, and that's why our little friend here, where he comes from, why he pops up. So that's because Mrs. Tahoe cried, because she wanted him that badly. That's why. Right, Sonny? When Mrs. Tahoe cries, she gets what she wants. I need to put something, maybe something different here. I want to like totally give it away. Oh, my Puppers wants to come back inside now again. Get rid of that one for now. Oh, she's calling. She's calling me again. All right, people. I have to go let the puppers in real quick. Hold on. I don't know if she's probably definitely not on the camera. Nope, she's not at that one. Pat's just like, oh no, the dog's coming back in. Even though he doesn't really care. Okay, I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab the dog, and then we'll see what else we can do today. Yeah, she just wanted to come inside. She was done being out there. Patch is like, I'm still tired. I'm 19. I'm always going to be tired. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I gotta find some wording. Let's see. Depends on how sappy I want to go. Ooh, shiny. Yes, Mrs. Tahoe cries and there's a new fur baby. Yeah. I'm assuming at some point there will be a new fur baby in our house. Maybe not soonish, but you never know. I do get constant videos from her being like, look, there's a bunch of animals at the shelter. And I'm like, that's nice. You've heard us talk about it on the podcast. Like, we have an idea. We probably aren't going to go without a pet in the house forever and ever, but we'd like to be able to go and do some traveling and see some things, and depending on where the kids end up, like, be able to visit them and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't quite know. I don't want that. I want to flip that. That. Don't know if this is necessary, but I'm gonna try it and see what happens. I don't know if that helps or does anything for us. The only ones that might be useful. Switch this to white. So we're gonna have to do this double. Bam. Bam. There. Terrible example of what I'm trying to do. I think I'd have to do a better job of that, but Pomeranian Chihuahua transportable. No little dogs. No little dogs ever in this house. Oh. How dare you, sir? You have made a mockery of this. You bring that into my house, this insolence that you have brought forth. A dachshund? No. We're not doing little dogs. Ever. That will never be a thing. But they're cute. Yeah, not cute enough. That's a no from me, dog. Not had good relations with small dogs in my life. I don't know, do you think it needs it? Little record lines. I'll put it in the suggestion lines. Oh, god dang it. Don't make me take away your suggestion box privileges, Sonny. Don't make me put you on restriction. You did put it in the suggestion box, god damn it.
Sunny_Ruth just inbox emoji, suggestion box, inbox emoji.
Dreamer, get this small dog, a dachshund or a Pomeranian Chihuahua. You're on thin ice, my friend. You're on thin ice. You and Bishak, you guys both delight in my displeasure. The sickness. Now she just needs to cry, and the recipe is complete. I feel like I'm being bullied right now. I'm gonna start calling you Shadow Sunny. You're no longer Shadow. You're no longer Sunny. You're Shadow. You're Shadow Ruth is what you are. And you get the darkness inside of you. You get your Shadow Ruth. If only there was someone here to save me. A good boy. Are you? Are you? I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I'm just an innocent little guy. With a big heart and good intentions. Ooh, maybe that. This is not what I want quite yet, but I need to play with it a little bit. Maybe I'll have it. I wonder what it actually says. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna make it official. There we go. We're just going to use the wording from the actual object. So this is a record in my house that we got from our DJ when we got married. Me and Mrs. Talk got married. If you didn't quite pick it up, that was what I'm alluding to in the background of things. But I'm not going to put the date on there. I'll put something else underneath it. Okay, so we are getting ready to do our last ad break here in about 30 seconds or so. So let's back out here to 100%. We'll save this. And then we will swap over to our assistant cam, see how our assistant's doing. Our assistant is in the camera right now. That's funny. That's not something I was expecting. He's just sitting on his little perch. He's giving us a close-up is what he's doing. So, but we'll pause here for this break, and then we'll come back afterwards and finish up for the day, and then we'll be done. I honestly don't know what he's doing. This is funny. Yeah, XX-XX-XXXX. Yeah, I could do something like that. It wouldn't hurt to have the date on there. Like it's not confidential in any way or shape or anything like that, but Hatch, what are you doing, buddy? I may have to go check on him and see what's happening over here. Oh, nope, he's going back. He figured it out. There we go. Took a second. He was just surveying his territory. Father, I must look upon the grounds and see if there are any intruders on my realm. There we go. Okay, I will be right back. He saw me walking through, so he's just like, oh, you're gonna give me treats? I was like, no, I'm just here to drop off my glass, but in the sink, but I'm not here for treats for you. He yelled at me for a minute, it's okay. Okay, cool. So, let's save this. We'll have more things to do. All these wonderful pages now. Still lots of work to do here. But let's switch over to our Canva. That brought up here. So I think we did. Let me look at our stuff here. Yeah, I think we got a pretty good handle on these two pages, 18 and 19. I think that made a huge difference what we got accomplished today. I'm very, very happy with that. So let's update this one. Let's say we got this one. I feel like there's a couple other things I want to do to it, so I'm going to go about 50% on that one. Did we work on anything else today? Seven, 8. We didn't work on any of the other pages besides, I guess we did mess around with 29 a little bit here. $29, $31, no, it's $31. We messed around with $31. We did some edits, fixes on some of the other stuff. $31 was already pretty good. Still need to figure out a couple things, start working on background items and stuff like that. Okay. I think that's good. We didn't do anything on 7 or 8. Check that. 8 is that one. No, okay. So those can stay where they are. So there we go. We unfortunately lost some time on Wednesday due to power outage, but we were able to get back on today, and I think we have a pretty good handle on that pages 18 and 19 situation that I was struggling with a little bit during that time. So that's good. Finally feels like we have green across the board, at least started on all of these. So the hope is next week to be able to come in and start polishing a lot of these pages down and getting them to their final state. Now that I think I have to print out a copy of each of the, or print out a copy of the main file, which is this one. I'll print this out and I'll have Mrs. Tahoe go over the spelling and grammar and all of that stuff and make sure everything looks great and good. I'm going to read through it myself a couple times and make sure that the flow and pacing is how I want it to be, because that's important to have when you're getting to this stage and trying to tighten everything down a little bit. So gonna do that over the weekend, hopefully, so then when we come back on Monday, we can really start making sure all of this stuff is in line and the illustrations are where I want them to be, where I can start adding in elements in the background and not destroy too many of the setups that I have here. So I believe that's the plan. So I think this is pretty good as far as what we've accomplished this week with our missing day. And then hopefully we will get to working on the cover here pretty fast. Or pretty soon. Let me look at one more page here. Yes, we know, Patch. Thank you. I haven't started on number 1 because that one is a very special. That one will be done in an instant. I just need to sit and do that one real quick. That one has no words or illustrations on it. That one's just a filler page. So it just has a background on it. That's all it is. But yeah, that's what we've got going on. Let's see. Where is our... Hey, look at our stream schedule here. Bam. There we go. So we got done with today's stream here on Friday. So if you are interested in watching me and my friends get on and play Destiny 2, it's a video game. We will be doing that over on the Dungeon Protocols Twitch channel on Saturday night. I don't put that on here because it's not part of this channel. It's its own gaming channel. People like Sunny, Ruth, and Bshak, and a whole host of other characters sometimes show up on there, and we play different modes and do different things on there. But if that interests you, yes, please stop by and check out any of our channels for that. We have YouTube channel, Twitch channel, social media, Instagram, Threads. That is Dungeon Protocols. That's all we play is Destiny 2, so check it out if you're interested in seeing that. Otherwise, Dreamer and I will be on Sunday for our 500 Little Things podcast. That will be Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific time, right here on this channel. So make sure you have your notifications turned on so that you can get notified when that goes live. If you'd like to come by and see it. So we will be doing our episode number 20. We are up to 20 episodes of our little podcast. So come check it out because it's going to be our special number 20 that we're putting together. So, but yeah, that's what we've got going on this weekend as far as other shows and stuff that's coming up and for next week as well. So yeah. Is there anything else that I need to clean up, talk about? I talked a little bit about at the beginning, we have some more events that are coming up here fairly soon. Hopefully even more on the way. New book hopefully coming out next year. Hopefully we'll get book 3 done so we can get it put out next year, and then start the cycle all over again. More events, more books, more fun, right here on the Tahoe Anime Twitch channel. Hi, that's me. But other than that, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all she wrote for the moment. So let me go ahead. Let me thank Sunny Ruth for coming into the channel here, hanging out for a while, talking and chatting, spending your points on our furry friend, our assistant for the week, or for the month. Thank you, BShack43, for coming in and watching the stream and playing around for a little bit and helping out with all kinds of fun stuff that we were doing here. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me see who's on streaming right now. I definitely have found a small little niche of type of channel that I'm running here where there's not a lot of people that are doing, like, there's people doing cute art and stuff like that, but kind of along the same idea as me, not as many, so not as similar. But I don't have anybody on to raid at the moment, so we're just gonna roll it up for the day. So thank you everybody for coming by. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay dry, especially if there's any weather coming through your area or anything like that. If your power goes out, make sure you have plenty of flashlights. We had to deal with that here recently, so but yeah, it was good. But other than that, we will see you hopefully on Sunday, and then I will be back on Monday. So have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Bye everybody.